I'm going to let you in on a secret that most power users don't want to admit. Nobody is getting transformative 10x results from the default vanilla version of Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT. It simply doesn't happen that way. Most people are completely sleeping on the massive levers that model makers have released specifically to help us customize these engines. This video is a deep dive into those exact levers. The one you've missed and the one you need to pull to stop AI from averaging you out. When you use these models as they come out of the box, they force you into a statistical middle, and I'm going to show you how to break free from that. We are going to cover four distinct levers. Number one is memory. Number two is instructions. Number three is style controls. Number four is apps and tools. By memory, I mean how your AI retains who you are across different chats and prompts. Instructions are the persistent rules that govern behavior. Style controls are the personality presets and granular tone adjustments. And the apps and tools, number four, are the external capabilities like web search and file executions. Most of the time, you only hear about these in clickbait headlines telling you to do this one weird trick. I'm not interested in one-off trick. I want you to understand the mechanical reason why your AI feels mediocre and how those four levels working together allow you to stop being a median user and start being transformative. What does it actually mean to be averaged out? Think about a massive global chain like McDonald's trying to create a single sandwich to satisfy the widest possible audience. They aren't trying to delight a gourmet critic or a fan of extreme flavors. They are just trying to avoid disappointing the largest number of people. They study consistent approval ratings across every demographic and optimize for the exact middle. What is the result? It's edible, it's technically fine. The sandwich looks great on a digital menu board, but it isn't your preference. It isn't spicy enough if you like heat. It isn't high quality enough if you're a foodie. And it's too standardized if you want something adventurous. This is exactly how AI delivers answers. It isn't giving you the best response for your specific constraint. It's giving you the response that will satisfy the hypothetical average human who might ask that question. When you ask for career advice or educational advice, you get this advice that applies to the broadest set of people. When you ask for code, you get the most convenient standard convention. This is why your output always feels slightly off. It isn't necessarily wrong, but the recommendations hit tourist trap instead of hidden gems you'd actually enjoy. Most people assume this is just a limitation of technology. They don't realize it's a mechanical design choice. And more importantly, they don't realize it's fixable. How do these models learn to be so average? It comes down to a process called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. During training, a model generates several different responses to the same prompt. Human raters then compare them and pick the winner. The model then learns to mimic the response the rater approved. What is the catch though? These raters aren't you, they aren't expert in your specific niche or familiar with your unique travel preferences in Paris. They are a pool of people looking for the answer that seems most clear and appropriate. Usually, that's the generic answer featuring the Eiffel Tower. The optimization target for AI isn't give Nate what he needs. Its product produce something a typical human would rate highly. By hitting the middle of the preference distributions millions of times, the model encodes the median as the target. The very process that makes AI helpful and safe also makes it mediocre for a specific high-level needs. Now let's talk about lever number one, memory. For years, the only way to escape the average was through complex prompting, re-explaining your context every single time you started a new chat. That has finally changed. The first major lever to fix this is memory. There are three types of memory that can be used. Number one is ChatGPT's layers. ChatGPT has a multi-layered memory. You can explicitly tell it to remember facts, save memories, or it can pull from your general chat history. While the citations are transparent, the implementation can still be a bit hit or miss. The key tactic here is intentionally don't let it guess. Tell it, remember that I prefer one sentence answers for facts, or something like, remember that my audience is highly technical. The other one is Claude's focused approach. Claude treats memory with a project focus. Your startup strategy discussions won't bleed into your vacation planning because Claude keeps context isolated. This leads to much cleaner outputs for complex work. And there is Gemini's personal intelligence. Strength is its connection to your Google Workspace. It can find your car model from a Gmail receipt to give you the right tire sizes. The lever here is a privacy trade-off. You have to decide how much of your Google data you're willing to sync to get that immediate personalization. Lever number two is instructions. Instructions are persistent rules about who you are and how you want the AI to behave. This is the most underused lever. Three ways to go about using this lever. Number one is be specific. Telling an AI to be concise is too vague to be effective. Instead, pull the lever harder. Something like, for actual questions, answer in one sentence. For analysis, walk through the logic step by step. The other one is Claude's style profiles. This one is specific to Claude, and it's one of its best features is the ability to upload samples of your writing. Instead of describing your tone, you let Claude synthesize a style profile from your actual work. The other one is living documents. For builders, the cloud.markdown file is essential. Every time the AI makes a mistake, you add a rule to that file. Over a month, that sparse file becomes a sophisticated manual that prevents the AI from ever repeating its errors. Now let's talk about lever number three, which are apps and tools, also known as MCP, Model Context Protocol. Tools are the external capabilities the AI can use, like searching the web or running code. Most of this is now powered by the multi-context or model context protocol or MCP. Think of it as the USB-C for AI tools. If you have web search enabled, the AI will prioritize the internet over its training data. This changes the character of the response. If you want verified code, you have to be intentional about enabling code execution. One platform like ChatGPT and Claude, you can now connect to apps like Google Calendar, Figma, or Asana. The lever here isn't just about adding features, it's about steering the input. If you want the AI to work with your actual real world files, you have to connect those dots intentionally. Now we get to lever number four and the last one, which is style and tone control. This lever lets you adjust the vibe of the communication. Um, there are two basically different categories. One is ChatGPT's personalities. You can choose from 8 presets, which are friendly, nerdy, cynical, and 5 others, and then granularly adjust warmth or emoji usage. The other one is Claude's presets. Claude offers formal, concise, and explanatory modes. The biggest mistake here is picking an aspirational style rather than your actual usage. If you are a casual user, don't select formal, or you'll end up finding the model's tone in every interaction. So, the difference between people who find AI mediocre and those who get 10x results is discipline. Most people get a bad answer, get frustrated, and move on. The 10x user views a bad answer as steering input. They capture the corrections and encode it back to the instruction or memory. A perfect example is Boris Cherny, who ships a massive amount of code by running parallel cloud instances. His secret isn't magic. It's just a discipline to update his cloud.markdown file every single time the AI makes a mistake. You don't need to be an engineer to do this. Keep a notes file of recurring corrections and review your instructions once a month. At the end, steering against the median takes effort. It costs time to figure out your position and encode it. If you only use AI once a month, it probably isn't worth the investment. But if you use AI multiple times a week, a few hours of work today buys you permanently better output for the rest of the year. The statistical model isn't mandatory. The AI you're using today was trained to please everyone, which means it was trained to please nobody in particular. Default output is median output, but you are not typical and your goals are not typical. Stop relying solely on prompting. Start using your levels, memory, instructions, tools, and stack to steer the ship. You can stay at the median or you can get the AI you actually want.